Yes, shine your eyes, use your head. Every Tuesday now we do this program to make sure say we galvanize, we ginger people on top ownership of property. Wo person will get property, asiri emo bodie that is person will get property in security cover in different ramifications wey person wan see am ni. Whether say people no go even know, maybe not that garri drink for in house. Once he come out of a mansion, they go say big man he come out. Even if 1 naira no dey in pocket, they go say oh guy don't come out. Even if he shop chicken, nobody go know. In security cover ni. How about if person he come poof? Now that won't be the sensitive one where they always say kilo dey. If person he poof, that the first thing where they go ask say where he get, where they fit go bury am. Another question for another day be that it will be property dey very good. They appreciate with time. That is why we use this program to discuss property because na jamming something for everybody life. My name is Chief Olododo. The main word of entertainment OON and no be me they do am alone. I do am with my oga sabi. That is Engineer Debo Adejana Organa in bio on top Property Matta. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Chief. How are you? Happy Independence in Arias.
63.
Abi? I don't get gray as well.
He mean a potential grandfather now.
Potential big grandfather. In some cases, you go don't be grandfather already. Ben. Wow. Good morning, viewers. How are you this Tuesday morning? From anywhere you are listening to us and everywhere you are listening to us around the world. Hope you've been enjoying yourself. Hope you had a great holiday. At least you rested, I believe. Okay. Happy Independence to us all. So today, we want to talk about the cost of building materials.
Yes,
issues surrounding the cost of building materials. That's what we want to be talking about. If you've been listening to the news or reading current issues, you will have been hearing people talk about particularly a particular material is what is raining now.
Then cement. Everybody they talk about cement.
So people are talking about cement seriously, that this cost, blah, blah, blah.
And let's start like this, sir. Because you go shook mouth for this matter where. This thing don't cause a lot of issues between developers and well, I'll call them developers because if I get person where they help me do one site now. Obviously, that's the way they help me do one side now. I go call and say, Oga, Mama, gbọ́ pé wọ́n ní cement ti wálẹ̀. And a bag of cement presently na 5,000, 5,200. You understand? Yes. I go say, Oga, Mama, gbọ́ pé wọ́n ní cement ti 3,500 or 3,000 sef. And maybe this thing, we don't know the current this thing on top of. Say what you tin ta ni iye òun ni. Abi not proposed something. Abi na person wey dey help me develop the site if you wan gba mi, want to gbé price wale, e still dey maintain old price. Kini what is kini win-win?
So in my own capacity actually, when this news broke over the weekend, you know, I contacted a friend of mine who I know is a major key distributor in the cement space. Because for me, I was wondering, how could it just be? If it's that easy.
Engineer Debo, what you do your pidgin? Say gbagbe in UK. I know say you travel like last
month. Do you
forget your pidgin there?
No, I don't forget them. So I've been called my friend, okay, we been a major distributor for cement, key distributor for cement. Good. So to ask them, because when I see the news too, me too I shock, say, if it dey easy like this, now we dey suffer this all these days, where you just announce say 3,500 now from 5,000 something. But the guy came back to me and confirmed it. He said it's true. It's true. That is authentic news, you know. And that news still said that in the first quarter of 2024, there will still be further, you know. So he described it as palliative. So I don't know.
Palliative.
That in first quarter of 2024, there will still be further reduction as it were, from what that news said. Okay,
let's enter into the money of the program because I get a lot of questions. Not one, not 10 questions that
it's centered on this.
I take my time over the weekend. I read the papers. The documents, because the person first do press release before I can speak. So I listened distinctly to the speech.
You know the
Then I read in press. So I want as I read them. Now your picture they see for my face. Engineer Debo all the questions where I want to ask. So let's begin. Number one, before we go on break. Number one, what are the effects, positive effects, wey this reduction in the cost of building material wey go do for you and me. Then number two, what are the defects? Because if we say money no dey o, inflation. If money too dey o, it's getting own problem too. So kí làwọn nǹkan tí wetin be this, wetin all these things e go cause positively first.
Now the positive effect wetin this thing go get be say you to look am, cement ordinarily constitute like about 40% or more of our construction
next to
cost.
block.
Of our construction cost.
Yes.
40%, or even inside block, cement dey.
That's true.
Cement constitute like about 40% of our construction cost, 40% or more. So wetin e come mean be say because from 5,000 something to 3,500, that drop na like 30%.
More than, sir. That's more than 30%.
Now like 30%.
That's more than 200%.
Yeah, I understand, but like let's just put it around. You know, that is the price that they are giving it out from the factory. And 5,000 is also like the price is going out from the factory, but you get it outside for 5 something. Do you understand? So the other before like 5,000 they come out from factory, but now they say 3,500.
So if you come out for 3,500 for factory, you know what one ta.
3 something plus.
Maybe 3,800,
3,600, 3,700, depending on who you are buying from, whether major distributor or retailer or key distributor.
That's goes like give and take. You know, if you pass 4K.
You know, go even reach 4K. You know, supposed to reach 4K. Okay. Now, so now be say we get like 30% drop.
Wow.
You understand? So if, for example, the house where I want build suppose cost me 10 million naira to build.
Okay.
We dey talk say 4 million of that 10 million minimum na cement money.
Sure, that's
now if you now take 30% away from that, that's like how much? That's like taking like 1.2. Okay. So it means say from instead of my house now to cost me 10 million, it go cost me like 8.8. You understand? So that is the positive effect. It will make housing easier to build for people. People go sabi build house with less money. Let's put it this way. Yes, so it will encourage construction. Let's put it that way. It will encourage construction. Another thing it will encourage is because, you see, when material prices are too high, that's when people start to think of wetin I fit do, where I fit reduce this thing.
See the house where we see where come down of recent. I don't even know, maybe those people don't set the camera. The house just come down.
They don't set the camera and say, anytime from now, expect breaking news. You know, so now that, say material price high. Now they make people, whether the workers or the person where they even do the construction or something, they look for how they go cut corner to reduce money. So if it's becoming more affordable, it will also encourage that people will use adequate and appropriate material, and we would probably have less, issues with housing collapse and things like that. Yes.
Advantage one, it will encourage people to build as more.
Because then go build with less.
Advantage two, the issue of cut corner, it go reduce. Even though it cannot be totally curbed or eradicated,
yes.
but it go reduce. Yes. Look at the issues where they surround the price of building materials. Vis-a-vis the one where they trend for now, the one where they trend, where they talk about with the bagba money, we are current people, and at the issue of price of cement. You know, they do justice to the prices of cement. Say, if the thing, as they propose, say, go come down, if it happen like that, say, go encourage people to build house more. Number two, you can't talk, say, go help to ameliorate, even do away from the sharp practices where some contractors, where then they do, where go come they make house collapse, life go come they loss. So now they go carry the baton again, and they do analysis, go on top the matter.
Exactly. So as we dey talk, it go encourage people to build more because now it go dey cheaper for person to build. Then it go encourage or discourage sharp practices.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the two major advantages we would have. Will you say the disadvantage? It's a good thing. So I'm struggling to see disadvantage. Maybe disadvantage will just be that it will slow down the way and means by which we they look for alternative and cheaper alternative to cement.
Okay.
Because you know that we've been talking even on some of our episodes that there are alternatives that will not make us use cement as much as we do right now. There are alternatives that can reduce cement use. The interest to pursue that one now, that kind of research or encourage that kind of usage, go down a bit, because now it's a lot easier to continue to buy what we are used to. You know that change is something that people avoid if they can. Okay. You know, rather than jump into it, most people avoid change. So if we can continue the way we've been doing, we would rather continue as to changing to a better or whatever other thing, whether it's better or it's an alternative. So that is what I consider maybe disadvantage in this situation.
Okay, let me go to question number 2 quickly. The issue of, if we talk about building, you and me know, say no be only cement we talk about. There are some aspects that involves building, which when we talk about iron and reinforcement, that's the technical word, reinforcement. The issue of cement, where person talks say want reduce price, it don't open the eyes of many people. Say no, here then they produce them. Even from the press release that the man did, he said 80% of the things we then they use now here then they get them and he mention them. So now let us go to reinforcement. Some people want build ileoloke meji, ileoloke kan, but because of the amount where they go into reinforcement, it dey scare a lot of people. They go do bungalow. No, we never shook eye for that one. I won't ask. These irons, say na here then they do am ni. Say how abi then they kowole na import ni. Why if cement if he drop? What there happens? Enlighten us a bit. Bo loro iron, how iron matter it take be, reinforcement how it take be. Say one same be ni abi one kowole.
They make them here. They make reinforcement here too.
Wow.
But the quantity we make here is not comparable to what we use. So a lot of it is imported as well. And in fact, because of challenges with our standardization and things like that, the one way they make here, you ordinarily better.
The one way would they make here?
Yes, then better pass the one way they bring come, you know, and that's why they more expensive. And these days, anything iron is like gold. Now, in some sites now that are in remote places, the theft of reinforcement is the major thing that people are contending with. I'm telling you, the theft
1G.
Yes. 1G, seriously, the theft of reinforcements. People, I mean, if you do concrete or you pack, we've had instances where they've broken into our store in some of our remote sites and
you even get store, no be say you drop am for.
No be say store, no be just say store, container.
Normal warehouse.
Normal container where we take do store, and break and carry and overnight too. Overnight, break and carry reinforcement come on for site. And even in some places where we've done some concrete work and reinforcement is shooting out like this, they will cut everything where they shoot out, cut out, come out. I'm telling you. I mean, we've had situations where gates, massive gates, are being cut and removed away from.
So that tells us
our remote
the market value of those reinforcements.
You know the funniest thing? Just Friday, I was in Lekki. I was going somewhere to Lekki. So I took that Jubilee Road. This is saddened. You know, there are some covers they used to cover drain. On that Jubilee Road. No, I'm saying, you know, Jubilee.
Come to Isaga.
No. You know, I grew up in the Solo. You know
Isaga.
I know all of those places now. I know, you know, those places. When we were in primary school, in Ansarudin College, primary school, before we went to, even in secondary school, everything was there. All those covers. Ben. If you check them, you see they wrote one company name there. Ben. Now, Nigeria, that company still dated today. Wow. They see they produce reinforcement.
And what I've come to realize is ordinary hand cannot remove that thing.
Those things are heavy now.
They're heavy, not ordinary hand.
They are heavy and they are clipped together and they've been there for some time. So
what you call the Jubilee?
What equal to almost, in fact, in Timorimbe wasn't much again.
You can imagine.
They've taken And when I was going, I observed it. Then when I was coming back on the other side too, I observed it.
And do you know
They're taking it up.
Do you know the disadvantage to this thing?
Yeah.
Now, if people say, oh yeah, for this from year to year, or maybe iron day there, they don't carry am, they can't put Paco. The Paco will not go last.
Of course.
Later, one person for community go just say, well, let's fill it up. And now what most people they do be that they want to fill it up. When you fill it up, you have thereby disturbed flow of water, which will at the end of the day lead to erosion.
Yeah.
Because another question where they ask say, this thing we then they carry, can one be see?
Then they melt them. Yes, they melt it and then use it for. In fact, they sell it in some cases as scrap, and that is why. Well, we want to believe that as we go on as a country, we will be more and more respecters of law and justice. If we can just get the justice system to be improved, a lot of things will be better for us. Because it's just easy for them to steal those things and go and melt them right now. It's just easy. There is nowhere you find those things now that they are complete. So all of those roads in Isolo, Ishaga, all of those up to wherever.
Yeah, but Ilesami, see Isolo, see Ilesami that.
They will not put one small things now.
So
you now have to be gauging your tire to turn into the street.
You are very correct. Ben.
And a lot of cars get
of course.
The drain
now, my next question where I want to ask you now, you don't talk about the iron and you don't give me some of the things where they now the next thing where I want, but you say that they produce some of them locally, but
yes, we get foundries where they do whatever, and even Ajaokuta Steel is part of what Ajaokuta Steel was supposed to even address, but unfortunately that investment has not really produced for some time now.
Okay, well,
otherwise that would have also even increased the level of how much of the reinforcement we need in Nigeria that we produce. But we have foundries, we have other foundries, private foundries.
Is Miss Hamzat there? Good morning.
Yes, hello.
Hello, good morning, Mrs. Hamzat.
Good morning.
Go on, please.
Mine is more of a contribution.
Oh, go ahead, please.
For what our engineer is just saying now, I listened to him say that they always come and steal everything on site. Now, Nigeria have a lot of security systems. There is civil defense, there is army. Foreign countries we are looking at that are enjoying today now, they use all this security in most of those places. One at the beginning of a street, one at the end of a street. At least that will create more awareness, and then all this hoodlum, it's austerity that is causing it. If not, the economy is so bad. So if we have a security system in most of those places, not to harass people, but the main sight of them will not allow all these hoodlums to buy these properties. Thank you.
Good talk, Mrs. Hamzat.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you. We use them as well, but we are talking about remote places here, and also the cost of those things. Ordinarily, even at night, there are checkpoints now.
Of course.
So you would expect that. How would they easily transport those things? But they still do.
I think
it got to a point that in our remote areas, we normally have security. In our remote areas, even to get two people to say, you know what, come and be securing this place, nobody wants to do it because they are at risk.
Well, on top of that, I think what Ms. Hamzat is just trying to say is we can still beef up security at our major sites. When they sell this thing, maybe they can't give us the actual, the original market price. So that you where they yourself, where they help you build, when I say go feed a follow-up, say, okay, 1 ton of, 10 tons of one tipper, now how much? Because 10 tons of tipper, they tell me, say, 60,000. As at this month now, you don't enter 80,000. So we want to know the actual prices of these things. Alone is cement. How much it be scaffolding pay? This your iron reinforcement. We know the actual price of these things and why the prices no dey stable. We want to know. Now that one we'll go use the whole of next week do. But my last question before I go, because we don't get the luxury of time, say this issue of cement we they want reduce. Say it gets something to do with POP.
Maybe indirectly, in a way, yes, because they have some basic components that they share. Okay. So maybe if the company that is reducing this one now is also producing POP, their POP price will also come down.
Okay. So all this one now we go the year next week from the amount of person will be say now waiting then they say me that how much even be the cement for POP presently as we they talk. How much then what are the things that surrounds them most definitely next week home it could be very, very insightful, you go dey very, very rich. My name na Chief Olododo, the Mayweather of Entertainment. If you really, really enjoy this week's episode, why not stay tuned to us again next week when we go to talk about these building materials, and we go to talk with prices. Yes, with the current market prices. Where be say yourself, you go feel relate and call in and choke mouth. Engineer Debo, one word before you go, sir.
Thank you very much. Just to tell our people to still take care, whether the prices are going up or coming down, that shouldn't stop your investment, because investment is a long-term game.
Investment is a long-term game, so please keep investing and invest in property, and then there money day. That's something we know they depreciate. So we'll come your way again next week. Have a fabulous day ahead. Or that lovely program still they lined up on top of Bunge channel will be WAP TV. We love you. Shine your eye, use your